You guys know how I am with The Rock. I mean, I'm a huge Dwayne Johnson fan. I have loved this man ever since San Andreas, ever since Rundown, actually. I've grown up watching him in Walking Tall, The Rundown. I saw him wrestling when I was little, and then I saw him in, the Game Plan, Tooth Fairy, and then he finally broke out of there, did Moana, San Andreas, Baywatch. I mean, this man is just him making hit movies besides Baywatch, but I just love me, man, The Rock. Rampage. This movie is an adaptation, I can't say that word, of the video game Rampage, which was like an old arcade game, I'm pretty sure, that was just like big monkey hit buildings and that was it. I actually have never even played the game, so really I went to this movie just knowing, hey, it's The Rock, it's a gorilla, let's see some buildings fall apart and gorillas roaring, being on chest. That's all I wanted, and you do get that at the very end. But this movie is basically about Dwayne Johnson, who is a zookeeper kind of guy. He trains this monkey, this gorilla named George. He's like his best friend. He doesn't connect to humans a lot. He's just his ape friend. That is it. Until these meteors come out of the sky, hit the ground, and the gorilla touches it. Smoke gets in his thing. The other two pieces go to a wolf and a big crocodile, and they all are going to meet in Chicago and this Bay Area for this big building, and they're going to meet up, fight, destruction, Rampage. And this movie, I mean, when you pay money to go see this movie, you are not expecting The Shape of Water Academy Award winning film. Like, no, you're going to watch this movie because one of the biggest movie stars in it, and there's explosions, and there's a pop song in the trailer, and heck, Negan's in it. I mean, that is all you're going for, and you get that in the last act of the movie. So I'll say the positive. First things first, I mean, Dwayne Johnson, he's a good actor. I mean, there's no way around it. Yes, he was a wrestler. Yes, he was a football player at one point. But right now in his career, he is a good actor. And he carries this film, guys. I mean, he really does. If you really look at it, he's very charismatic. Yes, he's playing the same character a lot that he does. But, I mean, it works. He's really good in it. I mean, he really does a really good job. He's always proven himself bigger and bigger. He's becoming more producing movies. I mean, The Rock is a star, no doubt about it. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, he might actually stole the movie with me. I honestly I've totally forgot he was in the movie. And when he shows up, I'm like, oh yeah, Negan. And guess who he plays? He basically plays Negan just as a cowboy that he called himself in the movie. But Jeffrey Dean Morgan was awesome in this movie. His comedic timing was perfect. He felt so cool. He was awesome at times. Jeffrey Dean Morgan was just as cool as Dwayne Johnson's movie. The girl in the movie who was in Moonlight, she was actually really good. I actually liked her story. I liked her character background. I thought she had a cool background and stuff, but she was a good character. But these three are our main heroes and stuff, and they're great. All three of them really worked well together. And George, the ape, the gorilla in the movie, his connection between Dwayne Johnson, that could have been the movie itself. They had a great connection, and the CGI, for the most part, it looked really good with the ape, and all the explosions, and the crocodile, and the wolf. But there is a few times, there's one time in particular where someone's face is CGI, and they're falling, like, it's like air, like they're in the sky, whatever, and it's like CGI face. It looks pretty bad. But for the most part, I mean, the movie looked good, it sounded good, but there are some issues. First off, there are some dialogue moments. You're just like, oh my god, there's times where jokes do not land, and the villains of these movies is absolutely terrible. It's the girl from Watchmen, and it's her brother, the guy from The Office. These two are scientists, government people at this big building, whatever, and their plan is the dumbest plan like ever. What they do at the very end, they're like, they turn something on, they're like, we're going to do this because they can come here, and it's just, I don't want to spoil it, but it's the dumbest plan I have ever heard. And every time they go back to them, it felt cartoony. Yes, the movie itself is cartoony, the big ape running around, all that kind of stuff. But man, when it went back to them, it felt cartoony. It felt terrible. They overact the villains awful. I did not like the villains at all. And yes, the most part of the movie, it's very story-based, very predictable, it's very easygoing. There's cool action scenes, cool airplane scene, there's actually a really cool wolf scene. And the first 5 minutes of this movie is not what you expect at all. When you first go in this movie, the first 5 minutes, you're like, what am I watching? This is not Rampage. It's not a bad thing. It's just, it caught me off guard, and it was good. It was good first 5 minutes. But the last 25 minutes of this movie is the reason why you paid for an IMAX ticket or a ticket anyways, because it is pure just like, let's just have what the audience wants. It's what I wanted. It's all I ever wanted in this movie, and it totally brought it to me at the very end. Overall, Rampage, in my opinion, was a fun time for the most part. It's very stupid. It's very dumb at times. It's got terrible villains, but Dwayne Johnson, he's still a star. Yes, this movie's cheesy as fadoodles, but I enjoyed it just as much as San Andreas. I think I like San Andreas a little bit more though, but this one, just as fun as enjoyable, and I wouldn't mind buying it on Blu-ray. I'm going to give Rampage a C+. Again, it's a very enjoyable movie, and that's all I wanted. And again, the last 20 minutes is honestly worth a ticket because it is pure enjoyment. Anyway, guys, if you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye, guys.